are safe at your home, right? Okay, today we will start our new chapter, chapter number 2. In chapter number 2, we will discuss about the atom, molecule, solution, right? And mixture, and how the different mixture we can separate, which are the techniques we will separate from. These mixture and different type of mixture atoms and all these things, right? Firstly, we will discuss the few terms which we will use in this chapter, and it is also useful for your further chapters. You can say that the firstly is the atom. You know that atom is the smallest unit. It cannot differentiate after the atom cannot differentiate. It is the smallest and the simplest, you can say that, the part of any particle. The particle cannot be divided after the atom is the last division of any particle. It means it is the smallest unit which combine to form the particles, the molecules, the compounds, the elements, the mixture. All these are formed with the help of atom. Simply, they actually do not survive freely except the few gases like the argon, neon, helium. These are the noble gases. Except these noble gases, atom actually does not survive freely. You can say that it cannot survive freely. It always combine with other atoms and form the either it is a molecule, it is a compound, element, depend on the solution or whatever you have actually, right? So it is the smallest unit which do not exist freely. Next is the molecule. It is a group of two or more than two atoms. When the two or more than two atoms chemically combine, the chemical bonds are present between the two atoms. For example, there is a chemical bond is present. It is either ionic or a covalent bond. It is depend on the mode of reaction. Actually, this ionic and covalent bond you will learn in our next chapter simply. So they are chemically compound with each other, but physically this bonding is dissociation of this bonding is very difficult, you can say that, because the dissociation of chemical bond of any atom is very tough work. Actually, we need a very high technique, so we cannot be easily, like for example O2 have two molecule of oxygen. That's why this is like this. For example, this is O2, right? They are combined with a chemical bond, with the ionic bond. It means this bond is dissociation of O2 is very difficult work. We need a very high temperature to dissociate the oxygen into the nascent oxygen. So the molecule, the atom of the molecule, the dissociation of atom of molecule by a simple physical method is not easy. It is impossible. We need a very high techniques to dissociate these chemical bonds in the molecules. Next, molecules have capability to survive independently. You can say that they can easily survive independently. If you can give the example of O2 is the molecule, right? N2, all the gases, CO2, these are also the combination of two atoms or more than two atoms. So the molecule are actually the composition of the atoms of two or more than two atoms. When combined with chemical bond, that structure is called the molecule. Next is the element. Element is a group of similar type of atom. For example, the silver. All the silver element is made up of same type of atom. For example, gold. Gold is not a single atom. Gold is made up of gold particle is made up of more than two atoms, but the atoms are similar in shape, structure, and function. So, in case of molecule, for example, CO2, they have two type of atoms, the atom of carbon and the atom of oxygen, but it is a molecule, right? In case of molecules, there is no any condition that the particle should the atom should be same kind of, it doesn't matter, right? In case of molecule, there are more than two type of atom or two different type of atom can be exist simply. But in case of element, for example the silver, like the Au, the Ag, all these particles have atom of the same kind, same type of atom will be present in that type of metal ions. So element simply which is made up of more than two atoms, but the type of atom should be same. But in case of molecule, they are formed of a group of more than two atoms, but the type of atom does not type of atom will not be same. It may be same or not be, right? Next is the compound. Compound is also the composition of two or more element. It is a composition where the two or more elements combine. The group of two or more element is actually called a compound. Compound, for example, give an example is AgNO3. Ag is the silver and this is NO3 is the nitrate. So silver nitrate, it means they are made up of, this is a separate element, this is also a separate element. It means when the two or more than two elements are combined with a chemical bond, with a strong chemical bond, this is called the compound. But the bonding of the chemical bonding of the compound, dissociation of chemical bonds of the compound is easy as compared to the molecule, because in case of molecule we need a very you can say that the very high technique, right? High technique or a high temperature or high pressure. But in case of compound, there is no any high technique we need. We easily separate these compound. For example, silver nitrate by a simple by simple physical processes simply, right? Next is a mixture. Mixture is a composition of more than two element or compound, but they are physically mixed, but they are not chemically compound with each other. When two or more than two elements or compound mix with each other physically, not chemically, so that condition, that composition is called a mixture. Actually they are not chemically compound. And next they are of two type, homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Homo, as the name indicate, when you mix two different element or a compound with each other, there is a no barrier line, no line will be visible. For example, when you mix a sugar or a salt in a water, it easily dissolve in the water and make a solution. It means in a homogeneous mixture there is a solution is made where the solute and solvent cannot be visible. You cannot be separate out without any techniques, without any purification techniques. You cannot be find out the you cannot be separate the solid particle from the liquid particle. So this kind of mixture is called the homogeneous mixture. Next is the heterogeneous mixture. It is a mixture where two element or compound mix with each other physically and they appear physically, they can be visible easily. For example, you mix a sand particle into the sugar particle or salt particle. You mix the salt with the sand or sugar with the sand, so you can easily visualize and separate the salt particle with the sand particle or soil particle, whatever you had taken, right? So heterogeneous mixture where we can easily find out the barrier line, but in case of the homogeneous mixture there is a no barrier line is visible. We cannot separate the solid and solid from the liquid without any physical techniques, right? After the discussion of all these terms, the atom, the molecule, the element, compound and mixture, we need to purify these matter also. So there is a various purification techniques we will discuss one by one. First is a filtration. It is a very common technique which is used in the laboratory. In this technique, we separate the solid from the liquid, right? In this technique actually we use a filter paper or a filter unit. The size of the filter paper the size of the filter paper pore is actually smaller than the solid which is present in your solution. For example, you have a solution of water and soil. You want to separate the soil particle from the water particle. Then what you will do? You need to use a technique is called filtration. We will take a filter paper whose pore size is smaller than the soil particle. When we put the solution of the soil and water into the filter paper, then water comes out from the filter paper, but the soil particle, because they are large in size, they separated over the filter paper, so you can easily separate the soil particle from the water molecule simply. So this technique is called the filtration. This is a very common technique. Next is the crystallization. When you have a solution, actually solution means your solvent and solute mix very invisibly. You cannot see the solute particle or a solid particle in your solution, in your liquid simply. Then what will you do? In that condition we will do the crystallization. In this technique we evaporate the liquid molecule, and the solid particle, the solid molecule make the crystal which remain in the remain behind simply. For example, you have a solution of water and sugar. You cannot separate out the sugar molecule from the water, because sugar molecule is dissolved in the water and make a solution. In that condition we will use a burner. We burn up or boil up our solution. When you start the boiling, the evaporation of water takes place, and the water, when evaporate out, there is a remaining precipitates or crystals are present. These crystals are actually made up of sugar. So not sugar molecule we will get a sugar in form of crystal, because it was in the dissolved form in the solution. So this process is called the crystallization. Next is the sublimation. We had discussed in our previous chapter also. In that condition, solid is directly converted into the liquid. There is no directly into the gas. There is no phase of liquid present in case of sublimation. For example, the naphthalene, the camphor, they are the substances when you open out into the air, they directly converted into the gas particle. Liquid phase is not present in case of sublimation. In that cases, that is called the sublimation. Next is the differential extraction. In differential extraction, extraction means we will extract out. In that condition, we have two immiscible liquids. Immiscible liquids, it means we have two liquids which are not dissolved to each other. They form a different layer, right? For example, mixture of the water and oil. Oil is always present at the upper surface of the water. They cannot be dissolved easily. So this technique we will use in that kind of liquid which are not mixed with each other. Obviously every liquid has a specific boiling point, the point at which they start to boil up, right? So the oil and water both have a separate different, you can say that the boiling point, right? In this technique we will use extraction actually. In extraction both the liquid have a different density, different kind of density. So during this extraction we filter out both the liquids, and whose density is heavier, it means the liquid which is heavier we will get the first, and whose density is lesser or lighter in weight is separate out after the heavier one. So two different layers are formed during this extraction, and we will find out that the lower one will be the higher density, for example the lower oil, and the upper one will be the lighter density, it means it will be water. Next is the distillation. It is a very common process to pure the water. For the purification of water it is used. In this condition, firstly we will evaporate the water. We will start the boil of the liquid. We will starting the liquid to boil up at their boiling point. When it start boiling, then vapors are formed. After the collection of vapor or cooling down the vapor, we will do the condensation process, and after the condensation the solid particles are separated from the vapor and a pure vapor, pure liquid is formed. So water is distilled by this process actually. Next is the fractional distillation, when you have two liquid whose boiling point are very near to each other, so separation is very difficult. In that condition the the two liquid which have a very different boiling point. So we can separate the lower boiling point first and the higher boiling point liquid later on after the condensation. The process will be same. Firstly we will heat up, then the vapor are formed, then after the condensation liquids are produced. But in that case the liquid have very similar, you can say that the very less difference between the boiling point. So what will we do? We need a fractional column in that condition. Firstly we will heat up or boil up the liquid. They form the vapor molecules. When the vapor is cooled down, we will pass these vapor from the fractional column. When we pass these vapor from the fractional column, then what will happen? Whose boiling point is high, we will get these after the condensation we will get this liquid firstly, and after whose boiling point is less. So either it is a very little boiling point difference. So in fractional tube they can separate out. Firstly we will get the higher boiling point liquid, and after this we will get the lower boiling point liquid. So by this we can easily separate two liquids whose boiling point is very near to each other. So these are the different techniques for the purification of matter. In the next lecture we will discuss the few more terms. For example, the solution, the colloids, all these topics are remaining. For today's, that's it.